Hello. Okay, so we're going to talk about the penalty kill here. There's a lot of different ways to do penalty kills. We're going to talk about two parts of the penalty kill: forming the box in our end to protect from getting scored on. You hear people talk about getting the box, staying high for the forwards. That's what we're going to talk about. And then when you do get rid of the puck, the point is to gain control and dump the puck. But how we control their entry back into our end is the second part. In a later video, I'll share a couple of videos of some of the Gulls games, and you can see where they were doing these things in action. All right, to start with, when you talk about the box in our end, we form the ice in our defensive end into four sectors or four areas. This is the box here. Everybody gets a box. The defense is responsible for the area in front of the net and in their box. The other defense, the same thing. If the puck's in this area, both defense play in front of the net, butts towards the goalie, looking outward to cover the player and not let somebody be loose. The forwards, they need to stay high, which means they don't need to go below this halfway point unless there's an absolute emergency. They should not be down here along the goal. That leaves up too many firing seams, too many shooting lanes. So they should be up here in the box. So let's say one of their players come down and they're going to get a position something like this, where two of their forwards are sitting somewhere in the middle here. If they're a good team, they'll have one of their wings out wide, and they'll have their two defensive players sitting up here somewhere at the point. So where the forwards go depends on where the puck is. If the puck is with this defender or this defender, then their job is not to attack, but to sit there and kind of use up that lane. You want to put your stick in between the lane where they might shoot. So if this player takes this puck and moves over this way with the puck, they want to move over just a little bit, not too close, because if you're up too close, they could pass and get around you. So you want to stay back a little bit and let them shoot. Let them shoot from here. Put your stick in between this lane. You put your stick over on this side. You put your stick over here. So that way they can't get through this center lane towards the box. So if you're off a little bit, then you definitely want to have your stick here. When that player's over here, this person ignores this defender and sits somewhere up high, maybe a little collapse low, but somewhere up here. Your job is to protect against the puck going D to D. If that happens, they step up part of the way and then again use their stick to block the lane. If they pass it down here, or if they do pass it to get in, your job is to stay high and not go collapse down to the net. Because let's show you what happens when that happens. Let's say all four of our players down here gets it, and we just happen to shoot it out. Well, guess what? Their player has a free rein to deal around, skate in and shoot, or just shoot right away. And we've got nobody up here covering these defense. So that's why the two forwards cannot come down all the way to the bench. I got to stay up here in a box. The idea for a penalty kill is to spread out their defense and let them take shots from the perimeter. Stop them from getting inside. If they do start skating with it, then man up. All right, so the other part of this, excuse me, wait a minute. The other part, let's say the puck gets down here in the corner, one of their players has it. Then this defender will come over and freeze them in the corner. They don't need to be all the way in the corner on that player unless that puck is loose and they can get it. Their job is to contain them and make them make a bad pass that you can then get out of your end. If this player comes down to help and collapses, well, then when this player gets the puck, he can shoot it up here to this defender and a free shot here. So again, this forward stays high, covering this defense, and can collapse down to about here. This forward would come over here if the puck's over there. This defender would switch over to this side, making sure they're in between their other player and the puck. So this person is trying to stay puck side between this player they're covering and that. I imagine in a lot of cases, a team will throw another person down here, or even worse, over here. Then this player here has got to make a decision where to go, to stop here, keep here. But the either way is to keep in the lanes and cover these two players from being freeze best they can. If this player stays here, then we give them too much time. So you have to come down here and choke off this player with the puck and just keep them in the corner. Let them sit there for the whole 2 damn minutes. Who gives a damn? If all they do is make a weak pass that you can shoot back out, that's fine. If you start going to chase it too far, you're out of position and you hurt our team. All right, so what happens? What happens when we do finally clear the puck? Let's take all these players out of here. So we were successful at killing the penalty. The puck went down to one of their players. So what we need to do is the 2 forwards, the person that's acting as the center, we're just going to do this as a 1-3 kind of a weak forecheck, where the second forward or winger will be kind of like a defenseman. So as this person comes in the puck, this person provides pressure. They don't have to get right on them, but they don't want to let them skate north-south, real simple. So they want to get up and pressure them and make them make a bad pass somewhere between their blue line and red line. Definitely not back up all the way into our defensive zone unmolested. And what happens in the middle then is the 2 defenders go a little bit wide, and this forward tries to keep even or maybe slightly ahead. This clogs up the lane so that if they do have a player coming down for a pass, they're facing a 1-on-2. If this player comes down and this player maybe is out of position and let's say didn't pressure, well, even then this player here with the puck is still facing a 1-on-2. And if we do this right and don't let them enter our zone, we don't want to back all the way to our goalie as they're coming in. With this kind of a pressure, the defense will collapse a little bit faster than the forward. This forward can step up and pressure if, let's say, this guy has the puck, while the 2 defenders, once they get to their blue line, are going back to their box and getting in their defensive position. This guy can defend. This is going to create a tight gap where the puck carrier, maybe you have to dump or make a weak pass or shot from here. Once you get back into your zone, you fall back into the box. That's it. Simple. Let's see if we can pull it off.